Well, coasters, now we've been talking about property in Hokitika, we've been talking about it in Westport, and today we're going to talk about property in Greymouth. Now, Greymouth's the largest town on the coast, as you know. It's a service centre, and they've got some incredible industry there. It's where the Transalpine train comes into the station. It's not at the moment, but in another probably 8 weeks it'll be back. We're really looking forward to it. The Grey Valley, the West Coast Cycle Trail starts at Greymouth, so that's the Wilderness Trail. You've got Shantytown, you've got the quad bike tours, you've got underwater rafting, you've got Carissa's Track, you've got Monteith's Beer, you've got the new Paparoa track, which goes between Blackball and Punakaiki. Westfleet continues to expand. You've got the plywood factory at Gladstone. Anyway, before I get too carried away, I want to introduce you to Rob Maskell. Now, he's been in real estate in Greymouth for probably 20 years, 18 or 20 years. And he was a young fella. Probably, I don't know whether he trained under Frank and Jack O'Donnell, but he's the new face. And we'll see if we can add him now. Rob, look, thank you so much for joining us today. Really interested in hearing about real estate in the Greymouth area. And did you ever have anything to do with Frank or Jack O'Donnell?
Yeah. Frank was. I took over basically from Frank, but Frank still drops in every week or so to see us and tell me how to do things. So no, he's still a big influence.
I love it. Look, Greymouth's going, in my view, incredibly well, and I guess it's because it's a service centre. Westfleet, always looking for staff. The plywood factory out at Gladstone there just quietly plugs away. People don't even recognise it, or don't realise how big an organisation is. You've got all your government services there. The new Discovery Centre to be built. That's fantastic. You got a $90 million hospital that's going to open in 4 weeks? Yep, you've got Otahu Forestry base there. So they're feeding, of course, the mills into Stillwater and Ngāhere. I mean, I can go on and on about it because it just feels right. Now, Property Brokers, you're pretty enthusiastic about Greymouth, aren't you?
Yeah, I am actually, Bruce. I obviously lived and bred here all my life, so I've seen the coast go up and down. But generally, it's really come through this really well. We've been really pleased with our results, how they've been sort of tracking along, and just seeing the new people coming to town and loving it, and just seeing the passion that they have for the town. That maybe you sort of forget every now and then because you live here all the time, but seeing the eyes light up when it's a nice fine day, and and looking at what sort of houses they can buy down here, they're very happy to be here.
Why do you think we're getting such an influx of people from Nelson, Christchurch, Auckland, all around the North Island? What's driving it at the moment?
Oh, look, it's we're cheap. Where do you buy a house and freehold land for $250,000? That's not a fallen down shack. And not only that, the lifestyle here, people just realised how good that is. We've got, like you were just mentioning, all the trails and places you can go to get out and experience the West Coast. So people are just realising that now and seeing it's such a great place to live. But investment wise, we're getting investors. I mean, they can get into the property ladder and buy a property here and get a rental return. So all across the board, people are just getting good buys down here.
Now, Rob, you're involved in rental housing as well, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Our rental team's running 407 rentals at the moment. So that's a very strong part of Property Brokers. Yeah, it's a lot of places, and that sort of comes and goes, but generally that's what they have year on year.
That's an incredible number. What about has Airbnb, the COVID, has that impacted in a big way?
No, not at all. We thought we might have got a few Airbnbs come up, but that hasn't happened. We thought we might get a few more for sale too, but none of that's come aboard either. So generally, the people must be either just hanging on to them, or they may have done private arrangements, but it's had no impact on our market at all. We've gone through the COVID thing really, really well. We've been selling steadily 4 properties a week over the last month or so. So, our stock, we need more houses to sell. People were sort of worried that this might really knock the market, but at this stage, we're not feeling that effect at all.
So during COVID, did it go to zero?
Sorry, what was that?
During COVID, did sales drop to zero?
No, we were quite surprised. I think I did 5 unconditional cash offers where nobody even, they didn't even look at the property. They bought them unseen over the internet. So, I suppose everyone expected the worst, but it was very strange. It was unbelievable, to be fair. It just bounced on through, and we've come out the other side and been just as busy. So yeah, very happy with the way it's been going.
Are you finding a few of your mates from back in the school days are wanting to come home?
I think most of them are back now. They realised how good it was here, and your intro was made me even want to stay and buy. So no, everyone's pretty happy here. But yeah, generally there has been a few coasters come back. Over the last week, I sold to some people that left here to follow the dream in Australia, and they've since come back and relocated. So yeah, we're seeing more and more of that.
What have you got as an example that we can? Have you got an example we can talk about today of a house for sale?
I've got 37 to be fair, but it depends on your price range, Bruce. I mean, we've got a real house that's been just basically fully renovated in Cobden and on Ward Street, 259,000, and it's top to bottom been done up. One in Domain Terrace, spectacular sea views, 4-bedroom executive home that's on at 750. So we can cater for everything. One in Blaketown I'm just listing today at $230,000. New roof, piles, replumbed, rewired, insulation top and bottom. I mean, it's cheap.
So how much was that again?
For the one, 230 for the one in Blaketown. Yep.
Being a Blaketown boy, I mean, maybe it's time for me to shift back.
I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call after this, and we can talk.
Well, look, Rob, I'd love it if every couple of weeks we could touch base, talk about the property market in Greymouth and in the Grey Valley and Ranunga and round. I'd be really appreciated if you could do that. And coasters, if you're watching this and you want to get hold of Rob, and the reality is in the Greymouth area, he knows what he's doing. He really does. He's been in property a long time. Rob, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Probably cell phone. Everyone loves their cell phone. So on 021 762682, or if you want to email me, it's rob.maskell@pb.co.nz.
Well, there we go, coasters. Rob, once again, thanks for joining us. It's been great fun, and look forward to catching up with you again in maybe 2 weeks.
Enjoyed it, Bruce. Thanks very much.
Well, there we go, coasters. That was Rob Maskell. Really well known, nice guy. And so if you're looking at a property in the Grey District, give him a call. He knows what he's talking about. He's a real nice fella. Hey, catch you later.